Hey, Facebook land, it is Potts-Schissler here. I am the owner of Destination Breakthrough, and I am a business and leadership coach. Had a great meeting today with a gentleman who's new to my BNI group, and we were talking about business coaches and how some of them are the same and some of them are different. And we were talking about moving people from a manager mindset over into a leadership mindset. And I find that a lot of times people who have owned a business before, they cut their teeth on all the new instances, and now they're on their second business or their third business, they can jump much more into the leadership of themselves and people because they learned the management skills. Whereas people that are in their very first business, they're learning how to spin the technical plates of owning the business for the first 1, 2, and 3 years. And that threshold where they learn how to manage the head while encouraging the heart. It's an art form. And that's where coaching can be very helpful in helping people get through the technical foundations of owning their business now into the art form of growing their business. And it reminded me of what a lot of people end up doing in their life, where they get themselves on autopilot and they're maintaining a status quo, but they may not feel like they're thriving in their life. They may feel very much like all they're doing is managing the schedule of all the different hats and roles that they play. For me, for instance, it is business owner, it is mother, it is church leader. Those are 3, right? And at any given time, I am managing that. And so in the margin of that, I start to think, well, how am I doing? What's on my to-do list? Oh my gosh, what needs to change? And before you know it, the thinking starts getting mired into the details that are all about the function. And once I get mired down into the details of function, there's something about freedom that simply gets lost. And we wish for the time to be more free. But then the whole point of getting into the business was to actually experience freedom. So now we have this thing called function and freedom. And there's a blend and a mix of it. And recently, I've been having conversations with people about what foundation are we setting here? Ultimately, it has to do with our relationship to success. When you start a business, or when you decide that you're going to grow the business that you're in, you have to determine, even if your top line goal is to make money, how are you going to translate that money into value? It gets exchanged at some point in time. What are you exchanging it for? Chances are you're exchanging it for a quality of life, a particular lifestyle where you have the freedom to do what it is you feel is productive and meaningful for yourself and the people that you get to share your life with. If what we're doing is being stuck down in that functionality and it's become a prison, then we need to start stepping back and we need to start doing some identity work. And I know that sounds kind of maybe soft and squishy, but that's what I find over and over again with business owners, is that they got in head first around managing the machine, but they didn't stop and manage the heart along the way. And before you know it, they don't have time to manage the heart because there's too many livelihoods on the line. So my advice for you today is this. If you haven't stopped and taken the time to do a little bit of an assessment around who you think you are, and a really good place to start with that is to stop and take a look at the contributions that you have made when you were a kid, maybe when you were in high school, maybe when you were in college, in many different settings. There was a time that what you were offering to the world was of value and you exchanged it. Whether it was your laughter, whether that was some expert advice that you gave that helped somebody, whatever the case is, in those times all throughout your life, whenever you gave what you had inside of you to the world was a better place for that. And that wasn't just about the hat that you're wearing today. It was about who you are. It's very, very important that you get in touch with that. What were you offering? How were you? What was your brain like? What was your inner peace like? And once you have that written down, the second part of this coin, there's two sides to it, is then take yourself into your cave or your pit and take a look at the times when you were not in your zone. Take a look at those times when you were not functioning how you want to. And then what did you say about yourself? A lot of times it's where we beat ourselves up. It's where we see our shortcomings. And before you know it, we can become overwhelmed and we can become stagnant and we can procrastinate. And then we go into control mode. So we then get into the operational side of our business and we become a micromanager of that, because what we don't realize we're doing is micromanaging the threat to our identity. How this works in coaching is to talk to people about that place where they are feeling threatened and what it is they're trying to control, so that we can reestablish a truth and give them two sides of the same coin, right? To be able to see, well, here's when you're on and here's when you're off. But if I took the scale completely away, what's the truth? What are you? Are you productive or lazy? At the end of the day, you have to make that decision. And I find that when business owners give themselves grace and they identify themselves at the top and the best of their game, that's not about measurement. It's more about who they're being. Then we can build a business on top of that. Then we can start addressing the function and the management. And that's when these people who usually are going to influence the employees around them or the contractors around them or the people that will do business around them, they will be attracted to this person's steadiness in the storm. That is really what we're talking about here. Management is things, but leadership is relationship. And whatever your relationship is to yourself, to your identity, getting that right while you're learning how to manage your business will help you to flourish. I hope this is something that you can take into your average every day. If you find this useful, somebody needs to hear it, by all means, please pass it on. Again, my name is Potts-Schissler. I'm owner of Destination Breakthrough, and I would love to see your feedback. Ask any questions you want in the comments, and I'm more than happy to get back to you as best I can. Have a wonderful day.